Είπες πριν ένα πολύ έτσι, σπουδαίο νούμερο και ανατριχιαστικό. Μία στις 3 γυναίκες έχει δεχτεί κακοποίηση και νομίζω ότι και εμείς στην Ελλάδα έχουμε μια επικαιρότητα που το γνωρίζουμε πολύ καλά αυτό. Δεν ξέρω, όταν ήσουν μικρή, ξέρω ότι μεγάλωσε σε μια κοινωνία μικρή, συντηρητική, στη Μελβούρνη, στην Αυστραλία. Φανταζόσουν ότι αυτό το κακό θα έπαιρνε τέτοιες διαστάσεις?
So I did a lot of research all around the world, and the minimum is 1 in 3 women have had sexual violence. So that's the minimum. Out of the 1 in 3 women, 1 in 10 will go to the police, and out of the 1 in 10 that go to the police, very few go to court, and out of the ones that go to court in Britain, 1.3% actually get that, actually win their case. So the numbers are very, very high for the violence and very, very low for the outcome of the violence in court. So that shows us there is a problem. But that's in Britain and Australia. In America, even higher. And around the world, in developing nations, even higher again, and very, very rarely reported. So that's like a really big number and a very little outcome. So it's become something that women don't talk to the police or even other people about, because the community says to them, oh, that's shameful that happened to you. But it's not their shame, it's the shame of the person who did it to them. And also, I'm the mother of a boy and a girl, and I think we have to actually bring our boys up to understand that, you know, there are ways to behave in situations, because not all of them know the right way to behave. And also they get into boy groups where they have casual misogyny about women. It's very, very important that we actually see them and explain to them what respect means and what it means to actually be in a sexual relationship with a woman. I think the other thing that's really interesting to me in America, everyone was talking about it, is that women feel unsafe even in intimate relationships. The story of Prima Facie in the play and in the book is one where it's somebody who she trusted and cared about, and then that person ends up having a night out with her, they go back to her house, they have sex, and then later something happens that's terrible for her, and he sort of thinks it's all part of the same deal. And I think what's really important is that we've moved beyond the idea that consent is for the whole long haul. You actually have to continue to consent. It's actually an organic thing. And back in the olden days, which is only up until the 90s in Britain and Australia, it was impossible to rape your wife, because once they consented to marriage, they were consenting for all time. So that's the background, and that's what we have to work against, saying, no, 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 you don't have an entitlement for all time because someone consented once. And I think that that's hard for some men to understand, because they've been brought up differently. So we have to interrogate that myth. In Greece, as well as Australia, as well as Britain, the numbers are very high. That also is on the rise is what we call femicide, so gender-based violence and femicide, the killing of women in intimate partnerships. In Australia, so many of the murders, like 90%, are women in a relationship with a man who kills them. So if that's what our most risk of murder is, that's something we can work to fix. That is something that we need re-education, we need safe places. I was really heartened to learn that Greece came out with a statement saying, we're going to tackle this with real gusto. We're actually going to find safe places for women. We're going to train the police to react appropriately. And we're going to make sure that women don't feel that they have to go back to a violent place. One of the things that also happened with the play is in Britain, 3,000 police officers had to see a video of the play of Prima Facie. They saw the play, and I got all in North Yorkshire, which is a very big area. It's not London, it's out of London. And 3,000 police officers, they all wrote to me and said, I had no idea, I've been doing it wrong all this time, taking a statement. Inspectors of police wrote to me saying, I will do better from now on. I didn't realize I was part of the problem. And I think, how amazing, because this is just one little play that's gone around the world and one book, but to think that they can see it when you show them the story. And then, of course, the men who are the male police officers said, we want to make a difference. We actually, it's their wives, their daughters, their granddaughters, their sisters, and you want to have men involved in the solution. They must be involved in the solution.